Okay guys, time for another update on what I have now renamed again, and I think this name's gonna stick. Frankenstang. If you're curious and you're just watching my video for the first time, all you need to do is go back and look at some of the previous videos and it will explain everything. So anyway, on to what we're doing here. As you can see, we now have the rocker panel mocked in position. The door is hung back on the car. And I'm in the process of doing panel pre-fitment to find out what other areas of this car are still screwed up and what areas of the brand new panels weren't really manufactured properly and have to be modified. And a perfect example would be this. If you look across the car there, you look down below the tape, that big hole you see is the seat belt. That's the anchor point for the seat belt. And the measurement from the top of the rocker to the center of that seat mount, seat belt mount, is 2 3/4 of an inch. Well, on my brand new panel, as we swing around in here, and hopefully you guys can see it, you can clearly see I've already wrote on there that I need to move that up 1 inch. That seatbelt anchor is 1 inch too low. So just want to show you guys that even though they make brand new panels, that does not mean they fit. There's usually a lot of work to make brand new panels fit a car. Unless you're buying them straight from the manufacturer, you get what you get. And as we move over here, I hope the camera can pick it up. Here's the quarter skin, actually the quarter panel. I kind of got to do the same thing here. I don't know if they can pick it up, but down inside here, it's not going to focus for me. Anyway, down in that lip, there you go. You can kind of see my scribe line in there. You can follow that line all the way down. This piece here is actually down almost 1/4 of an inch. So to try to put this on the car, you would never get anything else to line up. That cove area would never line up with the door. You could never adjust the door to get things, to get the body lines where they're supposed to be. So just another example of, even though they make these parts, it takes a lot of work sometimes to get these things to fit in the car. Now I've already had this on the car probably 4 times already, just to find out that yes, that is definitely too long, because I had to move so much around on the car due to accident damage and poor repair work. And here's an example here. As we get back in this corner, you can kind of see this is all cracked up here. This is split. There's brazing. It's just really beat up, rusted, blobs of weld. There's holes. There's a lot going on back here. I'm going to have to fix this. Move slightly forward to the rear window filler. Again, this was all covered with lead. And you can see brazing in here. This is completely pulled away. Holes. All of this has to be rebuilt. So the can of worms just keeps on going. We come back around here. The rocker panel itself, when I close the door, it lines up really well. You can see that it's got a nice even gap. That's probably the home position for this new panel. But that doesn't mean this new panel is ready to go on the car. There's still a lot of work to do to get this on here. People often wonder why this stuff is so expensive. Why is it so expensive to restore a car? I don't understand. They make these parts brand new and they should fit right on. Well, they fit, but they don't. They may go on the car, but they're not right. I figure I probably have, well, I know I already have, in the removal of the old quarter panel, which is sitting way over there, pre-fitting that, and everything you see here, removal and pre-fit, I have over 40 hours just in what you see here. And I guarantee you, by the time I'm done, to fix all the rust, to fix all the damaged areas, and fabricate things that should have been fixed right the first time, this never should have happened, I bet you I'm going to have 200 hours. You know, you look down in here, you can see the floor pan is just, it's just a mess. There's nothing attached. This was again filled with epoxy and mesh tape. So 200 hours. Think about that. 200 hours to repair something that could have been repaired quite easily the first time around. But that didn't happen. And that's just in one side of the car. We still have that side of the car to go yet. So what we're going to do here is we're going to get this side all finished up, welded up, and I'll keep you guys updated along the way as we go. But once this whole side is back together, I'm going to tally up the hours and let you guys know where we're at. And then I'm going to call the customer in and let him know where we're at. And then we're going to see if we're even going to attempt to tackle the other side. This is extremely expensive. A good restoration shop is going to charge anywhere from $65 to $125, some shops as much as $150 an hour. 200 hours. Do the math on that one, guys. That's why this stuff is not cheap. Anyway, I'm going to get back to work here. We'll see how far we can get for the rest of the day here. I'm hoping by the end of the day to get at least everything completely mocked up, clamped in place, and acceptable to where I can start marking and installing my clecos for finish welding. We'll see how that goes.